Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for The Baker. It's a movie starring Ron Perlman, and then it also has, if you remember Jake Sully's friend from the first Avatar movie, who also had an avatar, like that guy is in this. So, and then some other people that you might recognize, such as, Harvey Keitel. But yeah, Ron Perlman's kind of the big name, and then the other guy that you recognize. So, as always, I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the furry. To start off the furry, some fish make a brief and relatively unimportant appearance. Moving on to the good and the bad. So, this movie, when I saw the trailer for it, it looked kind of like a Taken style movie, and it's just, I wouldn't say it's one of the better ones. I would say that if you want a good Taken style movie that's not Taken, I would say to maybe check out The Gunman. That one was pretty good, but this one, it was okay. The problem with it is that it focuses so much on the heartfeltness of like this dude who has something going on that I really feel like they never adequately explained. Like they give you just enough to where you get the idea, but other than causing him problems, there's no like cathartic solving of that issue in my opinion. So that's just me, but he is just a crotchety old guy, and then his son comes, and it's like, hey, I gotta take care of this thing in town, so I'm gonna leave my daughter with you. And he's like, okay. And then something happens, and he has to go on a quest, and then you find out that he can kick people's asses. So, like I said, Taken style movie. But the problem is that the amount of ass kicking, I think that there was 3 fights? And maybe 4, but like kind of 3 fights really in this whole movie, and they don't happen until the last, I don't know, half an hour-ish of the movie. So there's a lot of talking and him doing his thing and just, seeing him drive around and see, it's the focus is solving of the mystery and him following the clues to get the thing. But we all kind of know how it's going to end, and especially if you've seen the preview and now this review, you know that there's going to be some ass kicking involved. But it just takes so long to get there. What I will say is that there is one of the fight sequences that they do have is actually really awesome. It could have been better if they had had better lighting, because this movie, I'm forgiving it for being too dark because I feel like they were trying to cover some of the budget with the darkness, but I'm forgiving it because during the daylight scenes, it was still actually bright daylight, unlike some of the Amazon Prime videos, TV shows that have been coming out recently. So it did have bright daylight scenes, but I think that the dark nighttime set scenes, and there's a lot of them, a lot of this movie is set at night, I think that they are a little bit too dark. Just a skosh, not like way too dark, but just a skosh. And in the one really cool fight scene, it's too dark in some of the action bits. So what's cool about this fight scene is that it's shot to look like it's all one take, and where like the camera guy is just kind of moving around and like getting out of the way as these guys are like brawling and hitting each other and choking and doing all this and blah 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 blah, and so I would say that it's kind of what the Bourne Supremacy wanted to do but couldn't do. So in the Bourne Supremacy, the camera's getting hit a whole bunch because of just how in the action it is. But in this one, the camera is not getting hit. It doesn't have that Bourne Supremacy thing to it, but I think it wanted that visceral nature to it. And I think that this method of shooting fight scenes, we are going to see more of. The one problem with this particular rendition of it, I don't know if there's been renditions of other movies in it recently, and this is just a continuing of that process, or if this is like one of the first ones, or whatever, but is that some of the sections of it were so dark that it was just black and I couldn't see. Like, for example, there is a stabbing that takes place during it. And I hear the knife and I hear the stab. I couldn't see it. I could not see it at all. There was nothing to see. Like, I knew that somebody had to have gotten stabbed, but exactly who got stabbed or where, or if it was just like a bad sound edit of a slash versus, not sure until the fight was over. And I don't think that that was the intent. I think that it had to do with them having to disguise the edits, because it's shot to look like one, but obviously if you have a trained eye, or at least an eye that is looking for those things, that is used to seeing them, you can kind of spot some of the like swipe digitally edit stitching that they do. But the effort is what I appreciate, and they did a really good job with it. Ron Perlman, excellent actor, brings his A game as always, fantastic. I still liked him as Hellboy, and whatever his character's name was in Pacific Rim. Those are still my two favorite roles for his. But the actress chick who was with him, no complaints other than once again Hollywood just can't have a white dude have a white child anymore. It's just not allowed. We never even see the mother, but it just seems like one of those things. Never see it the other. Anywho, moving on. Good movie, just not one of the best examples. So I would say that it's probably one of those movies to maybe have on in the background. So like thumbs up for that fight scene. And it's not a bad movie, but I can also understand why it was difficult to find a theater to see this in. So, have it on in the background. I think you'll enjoy it for the fight scenes and then just for Ron Perlman. So that's all I have for this one. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you the next one. Bye.